In the pantheon of martial arts cinema, few matchups would be as electrifying as a hypothetical battle between Jim Kelly and Jackie Chan in their respective primes. These two titans of action represent vastly different approaches to combat and filmmaking, each bringing their own unique arsenal of skills, philosophies, and fighting styles to the table. Jim Kelly, the legendary American martial artist who burst onto the scene in the 1970s, embodied raw power and street-smart fighting techniques that made him an instant icon. His breakout role in Enter the Dragon alongside Bruce Lee showcased a fighter who combined traditional karate discipline with an intimidating street presence. Meanwhile, Jackie Chan revolutionized action cinema with his innovative blend of martial arts, acrobatics, and comedic timing, creating an entirely new paradigm for how martial arts could be presented on screen. Both warriors left indelible marks on the genre, inspiring countless fighters and filmmakers who followed in their footsteps. Kelly broke barriers as one of the first prominent African-American martial arts stars, while Chan bridged Eastern and Western cinema like no one before him. Their hypothetical clash represents more than just a fight. It's a meeting of two distinct martial arts philosophies that shaped generations of action entertainment. This cultural impact sets the stage for what would be the ultimate test of contrasting fighting methodologies. The fundamental differences between these two martial arts legends become apparent when examining their core fighting philosophies, which would create fascinating tactical dynamics in any potential confrontation. Jim Kelly's fighting style was built on explosive power, lightning-fast strikes, and an intimidating presence that could unnerve opponents before the first punch was thrown. His karate background emphasized linear attacks, devastating kicks, and precise hand techniques that could end fights quickly. This methodical yet aggressive approach meant Kelly would study his opponent, identify weaknesses, and exploit them with surgical precision, a strategy that would be crucial when facing someone as unpredictable as Chan. Kelly's signature moves included his bone-crushing back fists, lightning-quick front kicks, and his ability to generate tremendous power from seemingly impossible angles. His training in traditional karate gave him a solid foundation in distance management and timing, allowing him to control the pace of any encounter. What made Kelly truly dangerous was his mental game. He possessed an almost supernatural ability to remain calm under pressure while maintaining an aura of controlled aggression. This psychological warfare would be essential against Chan's tendency to use humor and unpredictability to throw off opponents. In stark contrast to Kelly's traditional approach, Jackie Chan revolutionized martial arts cinema by creating a fighting style that was equal parts deadly and entertaining. His background in Peking opera gave him incredible flexibility, acrobatic skills, and the ability to use his entire environment as a weapon. Chan's approach emphasized fluid movement, creative improvisation, and the seamless integration of comedy into combat situations, elements that would directly counter Kelly's more structured methodology. Chan's signature techniques included his incredible jumping abilities, his mastery of using everyday objects as weapons, and his ability to turn defensive maneuvers into offensive opportunities. His drunken boxing style allowed him to fight from unconventional angles, making his attacks unpredictable and difficult to counter, a perfect foil to Kelly's linear striking patterns. Chan's greatest strength lay in his adaptability, meaning no matter what situation he found himself in, he could turn it to his advantage through quick thinking and innovative techniques. This adaptability would be his primary weapon against Kelly's overwhelming power advantage. In a confined space, Kelly's traditional karate stance and powerful linear attacks would establish his presence, creating a controlled environment where his distance management skills excel. However, Chan's fluid movement would allow him to dance around Kelly's strikes, using the confined space to his advantage. Kelly's ability to end fights quickly with devastating power would be his greatest asset, but Chan's acrobatic abilities would create unpredictable attack angles that Kelly's traditional training might not anticipate. In an open setting with various objects and obstacles, tactical dynamics shift dramatically in Chan's favor. His ability to weaponize his environment would give him numerous options that counter Kelly's preference for controlled exchanges. While Kelly's powerful kicks would have more room to operate, Chan's parkour-like movement and momentum-based attacks would create constant challenges for Kelly's traditional approach. The decisive round would combine elements of both previous encounters, testing each fighter's complete arsenal. Kelly's finishing power would remain his greatest threat, while Chan's legendary resilience would be tested against Kelly's devastating strikes. The outcome would depend on whether Chan could avoid Kelly's power shots long enough to wear down his opponent through environmental warfare. Jim Kelly's profile: superior raw power, excellent distance management, strong mental game, intimidation factor. Weaknesses include less adaptability to unconventional styles, struggles against mobile opponents, and limited environmental combat experience. Jackie Chan's profile: incredible creativity, superior agility, environmental mastery, exceptional stamina. Weaknesses center on comparative lack of raw power, vulnerability to perfectly timed traditional techniques, and tendency toward elaborate moves creating openings. After analyzing both fighters' tools, strengths, and weaknesses, the winner would be Jackie Chan. While Kelly possessed superior raw power and traditional skills, Chan's adaptability, creativity, and environmental mastery would give him the decisive edge. Chan's fighting philosophy was designed to overcome stronger, more traditionally skilled opponents, exactly Kelly's profile. The battle progression clearly favors Chan's adaptive methodology over Kelly's power-based approach. Chan's ability to turn any situation to his advantage, combined with his exceptional stamina, would allow him to survive Kelly's initial attacks and gradually wear down his opponent through innovation. However, this would be no easy victory. Kelly's devastating finishing ability means one mistake by Chan could end the fight instantly. Based on comprehensive analysis, Chan would likely win 6 out of 10 encounters, with his innovative approach ultimately overcoming Kelly's raw power advantage.